This video marks the start of my first series in which I make a game. This series will not be a how-to series, so I won't be explaining code and actions in great detail. It's primarily for showcasing my skills and improving on what I know. I will be making a game from scratch, so there will be times when I may get stuck, and I plan on doing things that I haven't yet done in other projects to test my abilities to overcome these challenges. This video might be a little short, as it's only covering some basic early things such as player controllers and just getting basic scoring. Without further ado, let's start. Okay, so I think it's important to mention that a lot of the art is also going to be done by me. I've done a lot of sprites, that's pixel art, just so that I can use things. I'm not using other people's work. I'm also eventually going to be creating my own music, which I'll hopefully record. As you can see, I've created a script for a player controller, just setting up the rigid body and the collider. And now I start with the script. I basically create a variable for speed and for the input, which is going to be the horizontal and vertical. It's going to go into that input. So as you can see, creating some basic variables here, and obviously a game object for the player, just in case I want to use that later. And then I've skipped a little bit forward here, but I've got my controller. It's going to move from the fixed update. Then obviously I want to set up a collider for the score. So every time I hit a collision box that has with an item that has a specific trigger, a tag that's plan, it's going to get a specific score. So here's me testing some. Yep, you can see that testing the movement, it seems to work. So let's set up a score now, a player score. Now the score is actually going to be on a canvas, so this is why I've got the Unity Engine .ui. I've also set up a game object here for the beach trigger, so every time you hit the beach trigger you'll be able to win. These are just the basic things I want to get into the game just for this video. So it's going to convert the score to a string and put that on so that you can actually see the score. I'm just gonna put a debug.log so that I can actually see that I've actually been told to get to the beach, so that I can win. Of course I need to set it true, because at the moment I've set it false when the game first starts, and then I'm obviously having another trigger enter 2D. So when it collides with a plant, it will be able to get the score. On the previous script was the player's movement, so every time they pick something up, I want to give it the feeling of being heavy, so I actually slowed its speed down, while on that one was to do with the score. Well, here's me setting up the beach trigger so that the player can actually win. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously create the object for the plant. I give it the same trigger of plant, as the same tag as a plant. So as you can see, yeah, I can run into it, it's colliding and my score is going up. And it is telling me that I am picking it up in the debug. So now I want to set up a quick destroy script. So this is usually something I do in pretty much all the games I make, is I add a quick script for destroying the object. Yeah, so as you can see, it's gotten destroyed. Now I might sound a little bit stiff, and that's because I'm not really used to recording like this, but hopefully it's not something to worry about. Anyway, that was the first episode. I hope you enjoyed.